Dauphin Island. Morella Porter standing by with a couple of interviews. Morella.
Hey Byron, we're here with Ed and Tyler Hayes, a buddy of yours actually. He came here to check on his home that he has on the west end. He still has not been able to make it over there, but instead they've stopped to help out cleaning up with all of this debris in the road. Is that right, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody needs some help, you know, and but the people on Dauphin Island cannot imagine how lucky they are. These are this is a dream come true after a hurricane came this close. And about 2:30 this morning, I was watching, and as that storm approached, and it cut back towards Orange Beach, and I could see the rain band was just barely touching this part of. I knew this was just wonderful to have. So anybody on Dauphin Island that can't appreciate what they've got right now, they haven't seen very many hurricanes.
Is this as far as you've been able to make it down? I know you said you've only been here about an hour and a half, you said?
Well, we went to the east end and checked on several houses on the east end for some of our friends, and the east end is, because of the big trees and because of the debris and the water, that's what's affected down there. We're headed west. We know we're going to be with a lot of sand, but we need to get to our house to where we can kind of see maybe what kind of damage we've got.
So at this point, you just have no idea what you're going to see when you get down there. Have any neighbors at all been able to make it down?
With a mandatory evacuation down here, you know, everybody left, and I've traditionally kind of been the first one on the island after a hurricane. I'm kind of known for having my truck and a ladder and dragging it down the beach to get to my house, or whoever else needs help. That's just what you do.
Right. I mean, I saw you holding that chainsaw, getting ready to help out, right? So is that kind of what you're going to be doing today, just sticking around to try and help other people out?
When people need help, you just help them. You know, it's a lot of people. It may be yay me, but it's us now. I mean, and they're going to find out the first day everybody has a problem. The second day, everybody thinks, well, you know, maybe it's not so bad. The third day, after all their food and stuff has started thawing out in the freezer and stuff, and it's kind of what to do now, and they realize their neighbors are in the same boat they are, people start coming together. But people don't come together until everybody has a problem, because everybody has their own individual problems.
And I know you said that, you know, Dauphin Island and everybody who lives here kind of got pretty lucky with what, you know.
We got extreme. They got extreme. When you can look up and see the power lines, and you can see trees, and all you have is a lot of debris on, and from the school west is not totally covered with about 6 feet of sand, you're just totally blessed.
You know, I know Orange Beach and Pensacola and all that got hammered pretty good, but as far as the island, if it wouldn't have taken the shift to the east, it'd have been really bad. But you know, I come down here. I mean, I've been on the island all my life. When I see people that need help, I mean, I don't hesitate to help them. And with everything going on in the world right now, like, the one thing people need to do is just come together, help each other out. Let's be Americans, and let's try to preserve, you know, Dauphin Island, which is pretty much like a little sanctuary to us. I mean, this is where we come to get away from everything. So, you know, I mean, I saw the guys that, you know, they needed help cutting trees down, you know, to let traffic in and out. So, I mean, the first thing I do is grab my saw and take off. So, you know, I hope everybody, you know, is safe. I don't think there were any casualties on the island. You know, materials things can be replaced. That's why you got insurance. But you know, other things, you know, life cannot be replaced. So, you know, everybody try to think clear, you know, and think positive. You know, it could have been a lot worse, but at the same time, you look at it, and at least we didn't have 6 or 7 feet of water on the island. You know, we had a lot of wind, we had trees down, but you know, that's things that can be cut up and hauled off.
Right.
So.
And it's pretty obvious that you both love it here, care about the people, just taking the time out of your day to come here and help out. It's pretty incredible. So again, like you were saying, you haven't heard of anyone being hurt or anything like that?
No, a friend of mine came down and she was able to get down Cadillac and kind of look at a house and kind of take some pictures, but to really get inside the house, see if there's water damage from the rain, you know, wind, we just don't know because we haven't been able to get down, but we're heading that way, and if we see somebody else that needs help, we're going to help them. So that's just all there is to us, who we are.
Exactly.
So.
And about how far down on the west end is your home?
2.5 miles down off St. Stephen's.
Off St. Stephen's Road.
And that's the point where the mayor said not to go beyond, right? Earlier he put out a Facebook message, and I believe that was the point where he said after this, you don't want to be trying to get down there. So how will you guys get down when you can?
Just like we did before we had roads, we'll walk over here.
Yeah, we got 2 feet, and we can walk where we need to go and at least see what damage there is. We're not going to be able to do anything about it today, you know, until they get some of the sand cleaned up, and if we get some equipment down here, then yeah, we'll be able to do things. But as far as that's really about it. So we're just going to go kind of look at everything and ease our mind, because you know, when you have property down here, the first thing you think of is my life savings gone? You know, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? But you know, until you see it, you can't really justify anything, and you know, you can't stop a hurricane. So you know, it is what it is, and we get knocked down, we get back up. So you know, that's
this is one of the examples. With hope without faith is only hope, but faith without hope is faith, and faith wins every time. So, but people that are too proud to come out and help somebody else, they need to rethink what their priorities are, because sooner or later everybody's going to need some help.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you so much, Ed and Tyler, for joining us. Good luck, too, once you finally make it down to your home. I really hope that it's okay. And like you said, even though you won't be able to do anything today, just to ease your mind as to what exactly.
Well, if it's still standing, that's better than the alternatives.
Right.
The structure's still there.
You know?
Right.
So,
okay. Well, I'm sure we'll catch up with you guys later, too, since you'll be sticking around. Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
all right, thanks.
All right. Okay, so we just talked to Ed and Tyler Hayes. They just stopped here back on the island for the first time since the storm. They were in Mobile. They've been here for about an hour. They have a house on the west end. They still have not been able to make it over there. They actually stopped on the street here going towards the west end on Bienville Boulevard. Just stopped to help. Obviously, there's still debris, trees down in the road. They're just basically being model citizens out here, just helping out where they can. And at some point, they're going to try to get back to the west end and take a look and see what Sally has made of their home. They're hoping it won't be too bad, but of course they can't know what they're going to expect. And they said they live just off of St. Stephen's, so that's an area that the mayor said, you know, you don't want to be driving past or anything like that. So they said if they have to, they're going to walk, Byron and Lenise. So that's just some of the great things that people are doing out here just after the storm.
Umbrella, that is exactly what many people in this area do, is help each other out in times like these. And I know that folks of Dauphin Island appreciate Ed and Tyler Hayes just trying to do their part to help so many others down there on the island. And we certainly wish that their home there on the west end is intact. Morella Porter reporting from Dauphin Island.